The Summer Blockbuster Extravaganza rolls on with, my God, Speed 2 Cruise Control. I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Eric Siska.
And we hate movies. Hello, everyone. Welcome to We Hate Movies on the Sideshow Network. Thank you for tuning in, as always. Now, this week, like we said at the top, before that theme song, the Summer Blockbuster Extravaganza rolls on, talking about Speed 2 from 1997, directed by WHM kind of regular at this point, Jan de Bont.
Oh.
Because he directed The Haunting, he directed Twister, and here we are at Speed 2 Snooze Control.
Somebody needed to say it.
Somebody said it on IMDb message boards, and I just took it. But
yeah, cite your sources.
honestly, though, if you are coming up with a sequel that's lazy and boring, why put Cruise Control in there?
Cruise Control is the opposite of Speed, right? Like, that's the whole gag. It's I could just,
It's like a maintained.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to get pulled over. Better use Cruise Control to set it at a nice, law-abiding pace. Quite the opposite of the first Speed movie.
Yikes.
Where you had to be, what was it, above 50 miles
Above
an hour?
50
55,
miles.
I think.
Was it 55?
Maybe
it's 50. Yeah, 50 is a little cleaner.
Point is,
50 is a little sexier. When
Is
you're
it
in a
really?
pitch, Eric, when you go into a Hollywood pitch meeting, you don't want to go in there with 55 miles an hour. Like,
Yeah.
who's this fucking clown? Like, no. No. You go in with 50 miles an hour, like, that's an idea. Now, that's an idea I could put on a poster.
Wow, all right, yeah.
and put it on a poster, they did. I was saying to Eric before we went on the air, this is one of the first movies I remember being like, yeah, I'm going to skip this in theaters.
I skipped this until last night.
Ditto.
Really?
Yeah,
You
I know.
both dodged this bullet?
And I was a bit of a speed head back then. That was on heavy rotation on the old
those
VCR.
pills, you were always cleaning your house.
I was so
Poppers, uppers,
excited.
zips, and zaps. Steve Sadak had all of it.
No, I
Reds.
meant the movie.
Oh.
I like the movie Speed.
Oh, I thought you were talking about amphetamines. Pardon me.
A little from column A, a little from column B. Well, I feel like if you were on amphetamine, Speed wouldn't be enough for you. Like, what? The fuck are we going back to Jeff Daniels for?
I gotta sit through Jeff Daniels' funeral. That is a sad scene in that movie. There's no one, here's the thing. Spoiler alert from a 1994 movie. When Jeff Daniels dies in that movie, it's like he hits the tripwire in Dennis Hopper's house, and it's like he has that moment of oh. And
mommy.
oh, he says mommy,
No,
right?
no, he doesn't. No, but it's,
Doesn't he?
No, he
it's a
says-
bug for the camera.
Doesn't he say, it was just cans?
Oh, no, I think you're thinking of star Keanu Reeves.
Oh, okay. That's when he dies, right?
Yeah. But when Jeff Daniels dies, you're fucking sad because it's like a character you kind of like.
Yeah.
In this movie, in Speed 2 Cruise Control, not one of these fuckers would die and I'd blink.
And you don't care about any character. You don't like any character.
There's not a single likable person. I even hate the little deaf girl in this movie.
Oh, I hate her.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? She needs to be in line with her parents. You know what? No one needs you gallivanting around a cruise ship, taking elevators
Also,
for no reason.
What are you talking to these older men across from the hibachi grill for, or whatever the hell they're at?
Oh, when they're flirting in sign language, her and Jason Patric.
Yeah.
Dude, there is a part in this movie where Jason Patric saves this little girl's life, and she's like, oh, thanks for saving me. By the way, next month I'm going to be 15. Yikes. Yikes, movie. I don't
Yeah,
movie.
exactly.
Mhm.
Yikes, because there's all this chaos around you. If there was a moment to strike, it's now.
Oh, man. I'll tell you, right from Jump Street, you know that this movie's going to be a disaster, and you feel like the company kind of didn't care about it because, and correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe you didn't notice, but I swear, at least on my Amazon stream, the 20th Century Fox theme song sounded out of tune. It's like we have that little confidence in this movie, we're going to play the theme song wrong.
By the way, speaking of 20th Century Fox, This movie's entering a nice little, a nice bucket you might call longer than Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, big time.
That's what you want in a movie that's supposed to be fun and exciting and quick action, easy breezy.
Fast paced.
What is also crazy about that is cruise ships are real. The Death Star is not. I feel like I know more about the Death Star after Star Wars. Like, what are they? There's no reason for it to being that long.
No.
And it doesn't handle its geography right. It's just
I know nothing
boring
about
as
this cruise
shit.
ship. Actually, better cruise ship movie, Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yes.
At least we're utilizing like different areas of the ship. Jason goes to the sauna. Jason goes to the dance club. There's the boxing gym. There's the different rooms and whatnot. This is like
A couple of cabin kills in that movie.
a couple of cabin kills. This movie's like, I think they're just redecorating the same cabin to
Yeah.
make it look like Sandra Bullock's room, Willem Dafoe's room,
There's
the
a
bridge.
shop.
Yeah, there's like a mall you sort of see and like a dining room. I mean, this thing had money behind it. That first speed was super successful.
Sure.
Let's get the set of the Titanic and just, modernize it a little bit.
Wait, modernize the Titanic.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
I feel like when Keanu said no, that was a hole in the hull of the boat that just it could not. Fox was just like bailing out the entire time, and it just didn't happen.
And just because there's a thing in a contract that's like, hey, if this first movie's successful, like we, reserve the right to make a sequel and like force you to star in it, Sandra Bullock. It doesn't mean you have to do it.
No. Actually, she did it to finance Hope Floats.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, now what is Hope Floats?
It's one of those Sandra Bullock movies that I've never seen.
I'm guessing she's walking around. It's autumn.
Yeah.
Maybe she cries a little.
She probably does. I mean, she probably talks to people, I'm going to guess.
Oh, yeah, talking.
Is Hope Floats her and Harry Connick Jr., I believe?
Yes, because there's the other one if by boat, two if by sea or whatever.
What the hell is that?
Is that an alternate title for Speed 2?
No, which is the one where it's her and Dennis Leary playing grifters?
Jeez.
Isn't it just called Two If by Sea?
It is just two if by sea.
Yeah. Oh, man. There are some, like, before she was famous Sandra Bullock movies that, like, shouldn't exist. And they definitely, because I was looking through her filmography last night, because my God, watching this movie, I needed to be distracted. They do the thing on a lot of DVD covers. Like, her first movie was like 87 or something.
Yeah.
All those movies where she's probably like a nothing bit character, but she's like an Oscar winner now. So the DVD's like, an Academy Award winner, Sandra Bullock, and she's on this cover, and she probably realistically has like 5 minutes of screen time.
Well, that's like the cover to Stealth. You would think that Jamie Foxx was the plane. You know what I mean? Like when the thing is like, oh, Jamie Foxx plays a plane. It's weird. Netflix covers that we're getting into that world now because like, which I don't understand. Like you're not just porting the cover art. You want to like just make your own like little thumbnail cover, and usually they're terrible.
They're absolutely terrible. The Netflix graphic department needs like a talking to.
Well, I think it's all these people sending it.
They're
small
making fan art.
Yeah,
They're going
all
off
the-
Tumblr, just
all the
getting some JPEGs.
indie distributors of film are basically fan art. It's
Sure.
basically a DeviantArt page.
Well, that's the way. Like The Office has had like 6.
Yeah, they
It
rotate
changes
them.
quite a bit.
Like, you know what hasn't changed? Fucking Cheers. That's the same cover.
Yep.
Because why would you bother? It's Cheers. I know what it looks like.
By the way, when Keanu dropped out of this movie, Fox, I guess, ran a little negative spin campaign on him.
What?
Because he dropped out to do Devil's Advocate. Which
I
is
thought he
a better
dropped out
movie.
because he wanted to go on tour with Dog Star.
That's what Keanu's saying is propaganda.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Brian, did you tell the Hollywood Reporter that I was going on tour with Dog Star? God damn you, Brian!
Dogstar is just a group of fans. We just kind of hang out sometimes. That's our poker group, Brian.
Dude, I would love it if Dog Star was just like a fake thing that he used to hang out with people. That'd be awesome. Unfortunately, I have all too real memories of Dog Star having like albums come out. I think Keanu played bass.
Yes, I think he's a bass player.
Yeah.
I have no memory of Dog Star.
Yeah, and I think that may be a Stan Brakhage reference, like Dog Star
Right.
Man. Maybe, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know the history of how the band got that name. Wait, so he dropped out to do Devil's Advocate, but
Yeah.
it was like Fox was like, He wants to go on tour with his band?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he probably was going on tour with his band anyway. And they're like, oh, that Keanu Reeves is just so busy with his band. It's like when like someone doesn't come to a family birthday party and your mom starts talking shit.
Oh,
you know
yep.
what I mean?
You never hear the end of it.
Oh, I guess movies can just drop dead then, huh? Is that how it is? I guess that's how it is.
But God, I mean,
That Keanu Reeves, ever since he moved to the city, forget about it. And that new girlfriend.
we're not going to see him at Thanksgiving, I'll tell you that much.
Movies. He never calls me anymore.
You know, you might as well skip Speed 3 if that's your attitude.
Oh, man, do you think they were like, maybe we'll get him back for the next one?
What would it be? In space?
It has to be in space, right?
Isn't that just what Gravity was?
And I think this would be more like Airplane 2.
Speed 3, the sequel?
Yeah, and it's the first jetliner going to the moon.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Mhm.
we have to get these people air.
Yeah, exactly.
Cohagen.
Wow, I never thought I needed Keanu Reeves starring in Total Recall.
Oh, yeah.
They should
sure.
have got him instead of Colin Farrell.
Get your ass to Mars. Yeah, I can see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
So we start this movie with a high-speed motorcycle chase, cross-cut against Sandra Bullock taking a hilarious driving test.
Oh yeah, in a classic car, a VW thing. Now, I don't know if you noticed this car. And if you're going to watch the movie now after listening to this show, look at the car. Oh, what is that? Oh, this car is, it's just a Nazi Jeep. Which is actually what Volkswagen reissued, and they just painted it fun colors.
It was called The Thing?
Yeah, it was called the VW Thing.
Oh, that's stupid. How do you think she got her hands on this one?
Well, I don't know.
We never know her last name. It's just Annie.
Don't they give it in this movie?
Oh, do
though?
they?
I think that's
Annie Lennox?
the
I think
IMDb
it's
Tribune.
Von Ribbentrop.
Yes, that's right. Actually, Annie von Ribbentrop.
Well, she's Annie definitely has a type because Jason Patric is really made up to look like Keanu Reeves in this movie.
Oh, without question, we're talking similar haircut. You're going so far as similar haircuts. And he's chasing some dude who's driving a diaper truck.
Full of computers.
And you know what? Honestly, this is way and they're all it is just a bunch of stolen computers, which what? $9,000 tops. This does not require a high-speed chase.
This is a manhunt.
People get murdered. People get die.
It's like the Blues Brothers with the amount of cruisers that are staking this thing out and chasing it.
Oh, we're blocking off roads.
Yeah.
You got to get them to cut through the canyon so we can cut them off at the pass.
It's is it supercomputers? Is this Bill Gates' personal property?
It's just a bunch of crap in the back of a car. It's junk. Let him go.
It's
get the license and get him at the next town.
And you know what? We eventually see these boxes tumbling off this truck, and they're just empty cardboard boxes that go nowhere. Show me computers smashing.
They're just boxes. They're just empty boxes.
Oh shit, dude! It's a decoy truck. The real computer truck's across town.
And the biggest fucking tease of this movie, one of my heroes, you know him, you love him, Joe Morton, reprising his role
As Mac.
for
5 seconds.
tops. There's 3 shots of Joe Morton in this movie. Why bother?
He should find a way on the boat. It's
Yes.
I want to bring my boss on my boat.
Wait, were you on the boat?
That's my Jason Patric impression. Because I'm
just-
bored of it.
You gotta sound sleepy and bored. Well, you feel bad for him too, because he was like, "I'll do this movie if you make a couple of script changes." Supposedly, again,
Oh, really?
citing sources, the IMDb Tribune.
What the fuck are you making script changes to get Jason Patric to do a movie?
I don't know, but then he got to set and they didn't make him, and he'd signed the papers.
Where are all the dinosaurs? Hey!
This boat isn't traveling through time. What the fuck happened to my changes?
And when do we get to Skull Island? Wait, there's no Skull Island?
I'm not fighting Kong.
All right, when Robert Englund gets in, just let me know because I wanted to have breakfast with him.
I want to talk about how he sees me as the new leader of the Dream Warriors. Wait, what's not happening? Oh, come on.
What do you mean there's no Freddy Krueger?
Man, Speed 2 Kruger control?
Oh, yeah.
Without question, better
dude,
movie.
The poster is Freddy Krueger with like a dog leash around his neck.
Yeah.
Gonna make him heal.
Yes, I like that. And I also, because like it would be Freddy Krueger trying to do something for money, I guess, like to stay within the Speed world. Like,
Right.
you know,
Right.
Freddy Krueger needs some money because like he got fired by the devil, I guess.
The devil let me go!
And then he realized,
30 years of service down the tubes.
wait, what do janitors make nowadays? Wages are stagnant.
My God, a high school diploma is worthless. Oh!
I could hijack their dreams for money.
Yeah.
Dude, the cover is, it's like Freddy Krueger on the cruise ship. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I'm supposed to be on vacation.
I love it. I love all of it.
So good. So much better than Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Yeah. And then like as Annie is driving Tim Conway around,
Comedy legend Tim Conway just slumming it in this movie as the driving instructor.
you know, and she's like a really bad driver or something.
Laughing my tits off at that.
And, you know, basically she's going through this whole story about like how nice her new boyfriend is and how her old boy, like it's just clearly, I was surprised they didn't kill off Keanu in between the two. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
well, yeah, that's why I'm thinking they were hoping for Speed 3 and trick him back in.
Listen, kill
Brian!
kill.
Fucking Speed 3, Brian? Seriously?
Yeah, I mean, just
my partner's a dog.
oh man, that'd be good too.
K9
Right?
with Speed?
Yeah. But I was gonna say, like, kill him off,
Right.
and have this movie being going after his killer. Of some
Yeah,
kind.
that's a good move.
Like anything. Like you can tell when a sequel loses its star from the original and you can tell they're missing them is when like a returning character starts the movie by like incessantly talking about the character who's not there because
Yes,
she's like,
exactly.
my old boyfriend Jack, blah blah blah, relationships that begin out of extreme circumstances never like the fucking thing from the last movie, which they repeat that line like 3 times in this movie. Like the
Yep.
final line of Speed is like all over this one. Fucking come, like you're so obviously missing.
You know what
Keanu
you need
Reeves.
to do in this movie, which it's crystallizing now, is you lose your 1 star in
Right.
Keanu.
right.
But what you do is you flip it and you fucking go full on Ripley for Speed 2, and now it's Sandra Bullock. I've been here before,
Yes.
and she's taken down.
That's
Willem
what
Dafoe.
that's what it
Exactly.
needs to happen. And honestly, when I rented this movie for the first time, I seriously thought that's what it was going to be.
Yeah.
I was like, she's been here before. Oh, cool. But the reality is, she's like absent from this movie for a total of like 30 minutes.
And then when she's in the movie, she's either being instructed exactly what to do by Jason Patric, or
being punched in the face by Willem Dafoe.
right, or like learning how to defuse a grenade or whatever. But also like she's just a damsel in distress.
yeah, totally. It's so obnoxious. Like, because even in the first movie, she's driving the bus. She's like doing the
Right.
thing.
Now I haven't seen Speed in a while.
uh-huh.
And this caused some debate in my house last night. She wasn't the bus driver, right? Was she just thrust into that position?
The bus driver gets like shot or something.
Okay,
Yes.
good. That's what I
Sam
thought.
gets shot.
Sam! Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah, I've seen Speed a few times.
Is it a thing where she's like buddies with the bus driver?
Yeah,
though?
everyone's
'cause
buddy was
she's-
with the bus driver.
Yeah, they're all miserable wretches.
It's like that
That's
movie
their song.
Heart and Souls with Robert Downey Jr., where all those people are miserable on the bus and they all die.
I'll take your word for it, but
Dude, that's a guilty pleasure Andrew Jupin rom-com
that actually
because it's like a ghost rom-com.
He's got a couple of ghost rom-coms, right?
is he
He's in-
really?
Who, RDJ?
Yeah, he's in that one, and then isn't he the one where it's like, I
Ghost? That was Patrick Swayze.
No, he's
I think you're
playing, like,
thinking of Ghost. There was a Ghost. of
Gozer,
Go-
the
Gozer the
Ghostbusters.
Magnificent.
Those are the Gozerian?
do you take this woman to be your lawful bride?
Wait, what movie? Where he's
It's
a ghost?
Robert Downey Jr. and he's like, no, he's like the reincarnated so and so, and like some old lady's trying to fuck him, or not old lady, but like in her 40s.
That's Chaplin.
Oh, you're thinking of Sir Richard Attenborough's Chaplin.
No, incorrect. Someone right into the mailbag.
I thought, isn't that's kind of part of Heart and Souls though? Like, because the ghosts like go into him, I think.
yeah, no,
and
but
he takes on different personas.
Now I have to
now
see
I'm
this.
getting it. You can keep talking about Gozer.
No, but maybe you were thinking of
Gozerian?
The ghost of girlfriend's past. Right now, McConaughey, is he a ghost or are the girls ghosts? They're all dead girls.
I think it's a Christmas tale or a Christmas story. What is it?
It's
Christmas Carol.
No, it's Ted Bundy. And
no, I think that Ghost of Girlfriend's Past is a movie where it's like a Christmas Carol and he's like a Scrooge type thing.
And
it's like see how you fucked up with ladies over your lifetime.
It's like the ghost of the past that shows you right.
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
It's all in the past.
Is there a ghost of girlfriend's future?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
It didn't make a nickel, so probably not.
So I mean, Steve is still looking this thing up, but like just another thing about the intro to this movie and whatnot is she's telling this story about Keanu Reeves getting her a birthday present, and she's like, my last boyfriend Jack for my birthday bought me pepper spray. I thought it was perfume, and I ended up in the emergency room.
How do you not know what perfume is versus what pepper spray is?
I just thought it was a manly perfume.
Sex Panther. Yeah. Paul Rudd's Sex Panther. I mean, this chase scene ends like she crashes a car into the police car. Like their two like chases come to a head. They run into each other.
Yeah, that's just good screenwriting.
It's and the whole time she's like, oh, my new boyfriend is like a beach cop. All I'm thinking about at this point, by the way, is watching the USA Network's Pacific Blue. You remember that show? Mario Lopez as a bike cop on the beach.
How is that not turned into a movie at this point?
I think they tried to do that with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It was that, what was it? High Velocity? Rush, yeah. Premium Rush.
Premium blend.
So you got this movie?
It's called Chances Are.
Oh, Chances Are.
Yeah, Ryan O'Neal, I think, dies or something, and he comes
That's
back
all right.
And he comes back as RDJ and starts laying pipe on old ladies.
Well, yeah, like Sybil Shepherd's trying to get in there.
Well, yeah, what hasn't she tried to get into?
She didn't try to get into Speed 2 cruise control.
That would be great if Sybil Shepherd was, if there was like a touring company like doing a production of something. So like, yeah, the weird thing is like, so she confronts, he's like, oh, he's a bike cop, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But he's a sociopathic liar.
Sure.
Right.
Which is creepy.
Oh, yeah.
He's really like a super cop because he's driving this motorcycle. And by this point, he jumps off of it and basically throws the motorcycle into this van to stop it.
Right. And Joe Morton, by the way, even has some line that's like, hey, Jason Patric, this guy's like kind of low on the list, so no reason to like go crazy with this one. Like, please don't crash this motorcycle, etc. But so she's like talking to Tim Conway, like, oh, my boyfriend's a beach cop and whatever. And then he comes up right behind her, like covered in sweat, like, oh, how was the driving test? And you have some like cop, this like glorified extra that's like, oh man, you're the fucking wild machine.
He's like from this like Brooklyn jamoke comes up from nowhere. He's like, oh, that's the fucking guy I'm talking about.
Look at this fucking jabroni over here.
Like, what are you talking? You're in Los Angeles. What is this guy doing in this movie?
And then,
I hate when that happens in movies, man.
And she has this weird line that's like, she says, like, you told me you're not on the Suicide Squad.
Oh.
And you know what I was thinking about?
Queen songs?
No, I was thinking about DC's Suicide Squad, right?
Out in theaters in August,
right? Imagine if it was all those guys, all those famous villains.
That like Lizard Man?
Right, Lizard Man.
Is that Killer Croc?
That is Killer Croc.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And
hey,
then
that's
Jason Patric.
Yeah, they all have like
as the Speed 2 character.
Oh, the Joker, the Killer Croc, Katana, and Speed 2.
And Speed 2's Jason Patric. His power is making people take a nap in front of their TV for 2 hours and 5 minutes.
He's gonna drive that sequel right into the fucking wall is what he's gonna do at 98 miles an hour.
Well, isn't what's his name? Joel Kinnaman.
Yep.
In the movie, isn't he like a normal person who's like tasked with organizing them or whatnot, handling them?
Yeah.
That could be this Jason Patric character. And then they kill him instantly, and then they have to bring in a tough guy, Joel Kinnaman. That's what you do.
Burial at sea for that guy, right?
I think that Jason Patric could have made a pretty good RoboCop.
Oh,
you know what? Maybe
like post brain injury Murphy,
right? Keep the helmet on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a helmet the whole time kind of deal.
Yeah, like for all those flashbacks and shit. I don't know. Keep that to a minimum. Less Jason Patric screen time. So Sandra's all upset and whatnot.
She should break up with this dude.
Right then and there.
The last thing you want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is when you find out that your boyfriend, your partner has been serially lying to you, is to get on a boat with that person.
Mm-hmm.
Then you know what happens on boats.
You get pushed off.
Yeah.
You go for a swim.
The
Deep
drink.
dive. So she's like, I'm so mad at you right now. And he's like, oh, well, good thing I brought these to work with me today. Here's 2 tickets for a cruise. I'm like, leave that in the duffel bag back at the precinct.
Yes, that's a locker situation.
Why are these cruise tickets in your fucking bulletproof vest?
Why are you doing that when you're riding on a motorcycle 100 miles an hour?
You lose those tickets, man. You want to talk about non-refundable. What's that, like $7,000 down the drain?
Oh,
Cruises aren't cheap.
oh, yeah, I don't know.
Well, one of the good ones.
All right, I'll check on my phone. Hold
Anybody ever been on a cruise?
I have been on a cruise.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
on.
I
Did you
cruise?
get the neurovirus?
No, that was before people were getting that classic gag. No, it was in the early aughts.
Uh-huh.
Went on a family cruise. We did like a split. It was like half the vacay in Disney World, and then we went on a cruise ship that was all Looney Tunes characters.
Oh, was not the
Oh.
big red boat?
It was the Big Red Boat. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That sounds terrifying.
Well, actually, I'll tell you, there was an instance where it was like weird. Like I was a teenager at the time. I was like kind of aged out of Disney World and whatnot. I'd never been there, so it was like,
Yeah.
it was fine, you know. But we go on this cruise ship, and I was like, all right, that's cool. Buffets. Hey, look, here's a little fucking fat teenager buffet time.
Not enough fat teenagers in this movie. But
You
go
needed
on.
them.
Oh,
You needed
yeah,
them.
especially for the body count.
So like there was this one time where it was like, oh, I'm going to leave dinner and go up and, do whatever activities. And I go on the elevator, and I must have like accidentally gotten over to like a staff elevator or something. Door swings open. This is the Big Red Boat, so there's all these like Looney Tunes characters dancing around and shit. There is a dude playing Marvin the Martian with the helmet off, and he's holding the head of the costume like under his arm, and the door opens, and I'm like, "Whoa. Oh, you're breaking the reality right now." And the guy's looking at me like, oh no. And then like I didn't get on, and the doors just closed.
Is this movie better or worse if Willem Dafoe is playing a guy playing Marvin the Martian that happens to be a terrorist?
You know it's better.
You so do know the answer to that question. It's definitely better.
I'm on in 3.
Sorry, boys. Showtime.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like inside the helmets, all the bombs or whatever.
Well, see, it would be great, right? Like he goes up against Jason Patric, and like Jason Patric bumps into Marvin the Martian, and he's like, "Watch where you're going, stupid creature," and whatever. And then like he starts pushing him back, and it's like, "Oh man, is this guy gonna fight a costumed character and,
Get
and
your
whatnot?"
ass to Mars.
Yeah, and then like he pulls out a gun, and it's like Marvin the Martian holding a pistol on him.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. And then he takes off his head, and he's doing his Willem Dafoe witch laugh. That's what he's got, right?
Yeah.
That's a witch laugh.
Yeah,
Of course,
it's a
it's a
witch
nice
laugh.
cackle.
So yeah, this woman against all of her friends must have been like, "Don't get on a boat with this guy."
He
Like,
did what? Oh, I mean, we understand a free vacation, but don't get on a boat with this guy.
against all. So we're on the boat, and Willem Dafoe is looking for these golf clubs. Like the first thing you see is that he grabs this little bellboy, and he's like, "I'm very upset right now," and you're like, "What are you talking about, Willem Dafoe?" And like, basically, he's waiting for he's like, "Where are my fucking golf clubs?"
You misplaced them, and I demanded you find them. And then the guy's like, oh, this obnoxious bellhop character that you just want to see dipped in acid is just like, oh, we found them. I'm going to take care of this nice little couple right here, and then I'm going to come up to your room with your golf clubs. And he's like, they're very important to me. They're definitely golf clubs and not instruments for terrorism.
And then he goes into his room, closes the door, releases a bag full of eels or
Leeches.
leeches, like little jars of leeches. Like, well, boys, we made it. And it's like, what am I watching?
Oh man, it's so awesome. Because what does he say? He's like, time to wake up, boys. And you're like, ew, where are you putting those?
Oh man.
I was like, what's this movie rated? Quick check.
Really, they are trying to do everything on a cruise ship, right?
Yeah.
Who wants to come to my cabin for some dick leeches?
The great thing about it is it leaches onto my boner, right? So I can stay harder longer because it's kind of siphoning off the hard on a little bit, you know? It's like a give and take.
Honey, let's go to the midnight buffet instead.
Sure, I'm not as hard as I normally am without the leeches, but it's sustained.
I feel
Small
like-
price to pay, boys.
Yeah, you're right. I think Willem Dafoe is somebody that catalogs his erections.
Oh,
you
sure.
know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. He's
Oh,
got-
that was a good one. 89.
Pulls out a moleskin notebook.
January 13th, 1994. 0. That was a sad day for me and the leeches.
There was an episode of My Strange Addiction where
Is that the show where people are like eating toilet paper?
that's
and
like
shit?
the entire show is people.
Every episode, someone is eating
I
toilet
think
paper.
I only saw one episode when someone was like, I want to fuck a building.
Oh,
It
those
can't
people-
work, but I'll rub it.
Quick recommendation. I think we've brought it up on this show before. I Married the Eiffel Tower.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of.
yeah, which is a great.
Oh,
film.
that's what you were thinking of?
Yeah.
Oh, classic weirdo doc, man. These fucking people have problems.
Well, it's a romantic icon.
But My Strange Addiction, it's a guy that's addicted to having leeches on him every day. Like he thinks it's like
Oh.
he's like this weird, like eccentric guy. He's like,
Oh, you don't say?
he's like, oh, it takes away all the toxins from my body. Like one of those weirdos.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Like those things where it's like, oh, you just put those like pads on your feet that you bought off the TV at 3 a.m. They suck all the toxins right out. Slash somehow also probably give you brain cancer.
Which enables you to buy more.
So, Sandy and Jason Patric getting a drink. Sandy talks up Willem Dafoe at the bar for a second. You don't even see this conversation, which you want to see it, right?
Because it's like the two actors that I know better.
That I could watch in a movie.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, can we please hear what they have to say? Oh, what's that? I'm just going to watch Jason Patric brood at them.
Oh, he's stewing about it.
I'm going to kill her. Oh my God, I'm going to kill her.
Yeah.
She gets back and she's like, "Oh, here's your drink." He's like, "Oh, what does your new boyfriend have to say?" And I'm like, "Whoa, this is getting real aggressive, real quick."
You're on a boat with this dude. Listen, Sandra Bullock, make some fucking friends.
He's been lying to you this whole time. You don't even anything you know about this guy's probably a lie.
Right. But this guy puts leeches on his dick, I just found out. It's exciting.
That's what he's leading with. He's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you gotta come back to my room and meet the boys, meet the gang."
Got a team of boys back at my cabin. They really do a number on me.
I call them the Boondock Saints.
Because they totally suck.
Me off.
Oh yeah.
Duffy!
This one's Duffy, and this one's little Norman Reedus. He's the strongest out of all of them. My apologies for Willem Dafoe. You don't sound like Stanley, but you kind of do.
And this wily little one is Billy Connolly.
Man, those movies suck a dog's ass.
Uh-huh.
Huh, well, just had to get that out.
So Willem Dafoe gets his golf clubs. And here's the thing. I don't know what Willem Dafoe's doing in this movie. I don't
Not
know what
at
he's
all.
actually physically in the movie for, but I don't know what his character's up to.
Well, I just bought a boat, Steve.
So let's get into that motivation, right? Because apparently he worked for the cruise company to develop this, like,
Guidance system.
Yeah, this-
Literally the cruise control. That he developed the titular cruise control.
and it's so annoying too, because like the captain goes into the bridge and it's just like, "Good morning, Captain. Let's use the interactive menu to captain the ship today."
Yeah, it's one of those like, so you driving a cruise ship's pretty easy, isn't it? No, it's not. That's involved movie.
And apparently the cruise company fired Willem Dafoe when he got sick.
So
Is
here's
this why the leeches are happening?
this is so as Willem Dafoe explains it across 7 different scenes. He worked night and day on a computer to program this guidance system, the cruise control.
That's why you get 2 programmers, by the way. But you go on.
Yeah. You're right, Steve. And he says something, and I don't know if this is true or not. And I feel like it's not, but who knows? That I live night and day in front of this computer, and it made me sick. And he got some sort of like blood poisoning from the magnetism of these computers.
Yeah, okay.
And so then, like, instead of paying for his health care, like, the cruise company fired him, and the leeches suck the copper out of his blood, which, like, keeps him alive longer.
What in the hell?
I listen, I didn't write the movie. I'm just telling you what Willem Dafoe told me last night.
No, he's the most boring person in Suicide Squad, I think.
I'm the leech. Get sucking, boys.
I sit in the back while the guys do their stuff, and I get the copper out of my blood.
I stand in the back of the Suicide Squad and catalog my boners. Hey, Joker, want to have a laugh off?
Oh, man. Willem Dafoe could have played the Joker.
He could. No, you know what? I think the Green Goblin. They're like, no, that's it. Once you sign
blew
on.
Here's the thing. Once you reboot it 3 times, you can be whatever you want to be.
That's fair.
Has there ever been, comic book expert Steve Sadak, like an old Joker story?
Yeah, I'm sure there's been. I mean,
Right?
well, the Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises.
Batman 1989.
Yeah, you know what? You got me there.
No, he's only 62 in that movie.
It's great.
No,
Don't get me wrong, but
I mean, that would be cool if he was like, if this dumbass Jared Leto thing, presumably dumbass. Don't
we'll see.
know. I don't know.
you're gonna get letters.
I know, but I'm just saying.
You went in to hate it. You went in there hating it.
Read a fucking comic book. You went right in wanting to hate it.
Yeah, I have eyeballs that I don't like things.
I think that Jared Leto looks particularly stupid. I don't know if it's going to be terrible, but if that didn't exist, what I'm saying is you could have this standalone old Bruce Wayne movie and have Willem Dafoe play this older Joker.
Well, that's a Dark Knight Returns movie that everybody always wants.
Nobody's going to get it.
Nobody's going to get it. Maybe Bale will do it when he's like 60. You know, no
Bale's
one comes.
not coming back.
Bale's
long gone. Sorry, but that's the truth.
that's fair.
Everyone wants him back, but he's not coming back.
So we got a couple of wily supporting characters on this cruise ship, including such luminaries as the fat guy from Friends and Wayne's World, who's been around. He's a pretty funny dude.
He is. He's a very funny person.
Patricia Darbo, I believe her name is, from Step by Step. She played Suzanne Summers' sister at the hair salon. She's floating around in this movie.
You know what's kind of hilarious about that Step by Step hair salon is eventually they close. It was always in the kitchen.
Yeah, off the kitchen.
You go into the right, and you go right into the hair salon. But eventually that door just closed forever, and then they just kind of forgot that happened.
Wasn't someone living there, though, for a while?
Well, the code man was living like in a truck outside.
The code man had his fucking creep van out in the driveway.
Yeah, I've never seen Step by Step.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Were you not a fan of the TGIF lineup in the 1990s?
Wow, no. I was putting leeches on my dick on Friday night.
Put leeches on your dick watching Highlander 2 on a shag carpet.
No, exactly. I was watching important films. Yeah, I never watched the Friday night
Wait, so
lineup.
have you never seen Urkel?
I've
prime
seen
Urkel?
Only a handful.
Really?
Only a
Wow.
handful, yeah.
I think I spent the better part of a decade watching The Adventures of Steve Urkel.
Oh, wait till it was way too late.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. It was like there'd been more than one Steve Urkel robot, and I was still watching it. There was an Urkelbot 2.0.
I feel like if you did open that door that used to hold the salon, though, like a big fucking sandworm got you. Like in the last season of Step by Step, you walk out and you're in the middle of sand and a sandworm gets you.
The later years of that show did the biggest fucking sin of all time and gave them more kids.
Whatever,
Like
man.
she got pregnant and had twins or something. Like, how many do you fucking need? It's already a crass Brady bunch. That's what I'm sold on. I don't need more of these little mongrels.
Ugh.
Remember the one girl had a pet pig?
Yeah, well, they did everything on that show.
So Speed 2, what else we got? Oh, we got Django Fett as part of the crew.
Oh, man.
Temuera Morrison.
He's awful. He is
He truly is awful.
terrible.
He's so bad in this movie.
He's awful. But I think you could sell me on a Temuera Morrison as like right now as like an aged cop, like an aged New Zealand cop.
Oh, sure.
That gets killed in the first 5 minutes, right? Because then I'm on board. But
No, Sam Jackson decapitates him at the end of the movie. He's not in the movie.
That's also, his career got decapitated too. I looked him up on IMDb last night.
Yeah, nothing.
He was like some random Scorpion King sequel.
Oh,
man.
dude, there's like a baker's dozen of secret Scorpion King movies.
Django Fett is firmly in the grave. Looking at IMDb.
You know, that's what he should be fucking like. You know, sticking to the Flight of the Conchords and something. You know what I mean? Like, that's a fun movie.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, quick plug for New Zealand cinema. The new Taika Waititi movie, the guy who did What We Do in the Shadows, and he's doing the new Thor movie.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Hunt for the Wilder People with Sam Neill. Fucking awesome movie coming out this summer. You total recommend. Just I saw it the other day and I have to plug it.
What is Sam Neill doing in that? No dinosaurs, huh?
No, he's it's kind of like he and his wife adopt this kid who's like kind of like a problem child, not like junior problem child. It's like an at-risk like shelter kid. And then like
still funny.
They go on this adventure in like the bush kind of a thing.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking awesome.
But Temuera Morrison is terrible in this movie.
Yes.
He's terrible in everything.
He's terrible in those prequels.
Yeah, he is bad in those movies.
Awful.
He's a bit doughy.
Yeah. I was
thick.
noticing that too. I mean, Django Fett. Now he was kind of dumpy.
The Mandalorian girdle, you're thinking?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And then I'm just like looking at his doughy body in this. I'm body shaming Django Fett big time. And I'm just like, why would they use him to clone for these stormtroopers?
Well, you just need the DNA. I mean, you got to
clone
keep
troopers. Pardon me.
Oh yeah, please.
Yes.
Clone troopers.
Bite my tongue.
You just make sure all those clones are, doing a fitness regimen and not watching fucking Urkel.
But apparently it didn't work because they all look like him and they all got the love handles.
Are you seeing a lot of clone troopers with their shirt off in that movie? I missed
If
that.
you play your cards right.
Oh, what if I'm reading your slash fiction? I guess.
You want a clone army to be a football team,
Right.
not a fantasy
Rugby
football
team.
team. You know what I mean?
Just keep those clones away from Urkel, man. I was hypnotized for a decade, brainwashed.
Oh man! So
Welcome, Django Fett. Here is your bag of Doritos. We've got all of the flavors for you and all of your clones.
Good, spicy Thai chili, my favorite. Munch, 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 munch.
well, he's like the best bounty hunter in the galaxy, so he gets whatever he wants. Any Dorita chip in the book.
Listen, carrot cake, any size. No carrot cake is too big for the best bounty hunter in the galaxy.
It's got to be as big as the Slave One.
Yes. He's got a little notch in his helmet that opens up so he can eat while he's driving.
Might as well with the amount of times he takes that fucking helmet off in those.
Oh man,
prequels.
Eric's getting all stewed up.
Woo! Sorry, I'm sorry for diverging us down
That's
this.
what. There's nothing in this movie.
Django
So
Fat.
Willem Dafoe.
Django Fat. How did it take us that long to get there?
Yeah, we've been talking about it for 10 minutes. We finally got to Django Fat.
And it's okay. We're just as Django Fat.
Oh,
as-
we're Django Fat.
as the next clone masters. Exactly.
So Willem Dafoe gets those golf clubs and he starts unscrewing them, and there's all sorts of terrorist gear inside them.
Which, like the thing is, in the first movie, it made sense. Like, Hopper was a bomb squad guy. He makes a lot of good bombs.
Right.
This guy just knows about cruise ships, and he's got this like James Bond set of fucking golf clubs.
Yeah, where like the golf balls have like little sulfur bombs in them. He's
My little golf ball.
Oh yeah, should have had these when I played the Green Goblin. Boom, boom, Spider-Man, avenge me!
It would have made sense as a head of industry. He would be playing golf all the time.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Totally makes sense. So he unscrews all this like hidden computer equipment and hacks into the mainframe. Long story short, he takes over this cruise ship.
And then he kills the captain with a lamp, which is
It's a lamp attached to the boat. The captain could have, I don't know, walked away from it.
he really
It's this captain's death is his own fault because he keeps coming after that swinging lamp.
because he's about to address the whole there's a big gala going on downstairs, so he gets at his nines. You know, we're set to cruise control anyway.
It's cruise ship tradition,
Sure.
that the captain comes down and has dinner in the dining room with you at least once.
So he's about to do that, and Willem Dafoe's in front of this like swinging desk lamp, and he's just like, it's like a fucking Pixar movie, and he's like, "Come on, hey, get closer to this lamp." And the guy should have been like, "No, you creep."
Yeah,
like,
I'm just gonna run away from you.
But he just knocks him over the boat.
And this is like, you know, right before he does it, you get part of like, I designed this and you fucking fired me, Carnival Cruise Line. Or whatever. And so this dude just goes over and it's like bad CGI.
Speaking of Carnival Cruise Line, there's that creepy commercial of it's you get a wake up call. No, I'm sorry, you get a wake up call. You're at Disney World, right?
Yeah.
And it's Goofy.
Want to play a game? Yuck.
No, he's like, it's time to wake up. I'd be like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? Like
Goofy knows my schedule.
It's too early for that, Goofy. You know what, man? Just, yeah, exactly. No, you want to play a game?
Time to get up and get to the gym, you fat fuck.
Wake up, time to die.
Oh, you sleep pretty. Yuck.
That's a little bit of a skimpy outfit you wear to bed. Yuck.
Oh, what a coinky dink. I sleep naked too, yuck.
I saw your winky dink.
Oh no, Goofy's calling from inside the boat. And the thing is, Jason Patric keeps trying to propose to Sandra Bullock, and
I'm biting my nails as to whether or not that's going to happen because I care so much about these two lovebirds.
It drives me nuts. He's like carrying this ring around everywhere, like, oh my God, is this the perfect moment?
And he's a maniac.
He is.
I'm like, yeah, thank God he keeps getting thwarted.
There's no evidence that he had that haircut in the beginning of the relationship. And what I'm thinking is, you know, she's like, oh, my ex-boyfriend Jack, it was a really crazy, intense relationship, but it ended.
Yeah.
And he looks up the pictures.
Are you thinking like he was an actual beach bike cop? Now he started doing all this crazy shit to be more like
he
Jack?
he signed up to be on the Suicide Squad. He got the haircut.
Right.
Is he going to be like, hey, why don't you start calling me Jack if it makes it easier for you?
He starts hanging out with Bill Pullman because he looks enough like Jeff Daniels.
Man, if ever a movie needed the cinematic savior that is Bill Pullman.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because, by the way, Sandy Bullock and Bill Pullman and While You Were Sleeping, chemistry across the board. Chemistry as far as the eye can see. Not these two. It's like watching two dead bodies flirt with each other.
It's true.
Subtitle to While You Were Sleeping with a Peter Gallagher's face on the cover, your eyebrows kept growing.
Well, it's like a corpse, you know? Your hair grows long after your heart stops and your brain dies.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
And your fingernails.
Those eyebrows get going. But yeah, they have
my
no
God.
chemistry
You just
whatsoever.
made me think of what it's going to look like when Martin Scorsese's been dead a while.
Yeah, pray for cremation. Those eyebrows might take over the world.
They'll at least open the casket. Anyway, what you were saying?
Yeah, they have no chemistry, right? They're a bunch of fucking sticks.
It's horrible.
They don't even have biology.
Bravo. Yeah, like they're like dancing together, and it's like it might as well be like 8th grade holding hips dancing. Like they just so don't want to be close to each other.
And even to nail that point home is he gets food poisoning or something, he gets seasick.
Oh right, yeah, because they're supposed to like get down to fucking, and then it's like cut to her in the cabin watching Lolita.
Yeah,
and there's like puke all over the bed, and there's a bucket with puke in it. Cool.
Yeah. Can the movie just stay focused on the TV for the rest of the running time?
Yeah, I'd rather watch a Stanley Kubrick movie. Thank you.
Hey, neighbor, you watching Lolita too? Me and the leeches are watching it. Why don't you come on over?
Fondling my Benoit balls.
I give it 4 sucks up. Ouch. Ouch, Reggie. You're getting a little handsy.
Tone it down, boys.
Oh boy, yeah. Relax, Humbert. Oh, and you relax, Humbert.
I love the movie Lolita. Does that make me weird? I watch it with my leeches.
Speaking of Lolita, this is around the time he flirts with that deaf girl.
Right, yeah, she's like they're signing like across the dining room.
Right,
and,
because he always wanted to learn another language, so he learned sign language.
Sure.
Which is fine, which is fine. But
No, it's not fine because no one fucking does that. It's like, I had a deaf sister. I've got some sort of deaf relative, a deaf friend.
Purpose. Although maybe he's learning it so he can lure someone that maybe can't talk.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Right?
That could be.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's a good idea if you work on the bomb squad to learn sign language just in case, right?
Right.
Your ears go.
That's a good point.
But this is the Suicide Squad. It's
that's
not the
right.
Bomb Squad.
All right, they leave everyone behind if stuff goes awry.
He's not chasing a truck full of bombs.
Which would make sense.
He's chasing a truck full of junk computer parts.
Think about how much more exciting if there was a bomb truck going to like downtown Los Angeles or something at the start of this movie.
Yeah.
Sure.
God damn it.
Of course.
So, sign language, by the way, doesn't like you would expect that to be like the end of the movie. Is like he uses sign language to trick the guy.
Yes,
that's like a movie thing you would do.
Yeah, that doesn't happen here.
No,
of course.
it's just useless.
Well, aside from letting this little girl hit on him,
right?
Because like Sandra Bullock's like, "What is she saying to you?" And he's like,
but think about this. He had to initiate that conversation, right?
That's true, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he starts
she
off.
Would know.
Yeah, you're right.
That's fucked up.
But
It's not. It's totally innocent.
yeah, he's just like, you having a good time. Like
Yeah.
he signs out like my name, he spells out his name and whatnot.
Okay, here, what I want you to do, Steve. is
Sure.
next time you're on vacation with your lady, start chatting up a 14-year-old girl. And see if she says anything about it. And then you can just say, it's innocent.
It's innocent.
Well,
You want to watch Lolita?
I brought the leeches.
God, it's disgusting.
Well, it's also weird because like Sandy's like, what is she saying to you? And he's like, she says that you're very beautiful. She wants to know if you're my sister. And Sandra Bullock's got to be like, oh, let her down easy.
Yeah.
And so like he signs back like it's my girlfriend or whatever. And she's like, harumph. She gets all teen angsty about it.
So Dafoe takes over the boat.
Yes.
And at one point I thought, and this is kind of a better movie, like I thought Temuera Morrison was his henchman. Because he's like,
Yes. Yep.
right.
there's
like,
one
could be
point where
good
he's like
twist.
telling him, he's telling him what to say, or it sounds like he's telling him what to say. Like,
That it makes no sense. What he's doing is like guessing what the conversation's gonna be.
yeah, but it sounds like he's got an earpiece in, and or like maybe
He
he's
probably does just to be fed his lines. This guy's trash.
No, Defoe does have a line into like he is listening to them.
okay.
He's just anticipating what they're going to say.
that's useless.
It sure is, because I was just as confused. I was like, oh, is he talking to one of them?
yeah.
Because that's, what you
Something.
do in movies. When that's happening, that's like movie language for he's telling him what to say.
Right. Characters communicating.
Yeah, not like I have to guess that he's guessing what they're going to say.
This is a movie, I guess.
And he takes over the boat, and now Temuera Morrison, and then this Scottish guy
Yeah, he's
who's
just
an engineer or something.
some
and like,
young hunk.
yeah, and it's basically a very Scotty kind of thing. This guy's always talking about the power and what have you.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't notice that. That
Yeah.
is kind of weird.
He's looking where the captain might be or not might be.
Right. Always looking for the captain.
So he has to have Willem Dafoe's like, I've got command of this ship, Captain Django Fett, and now you better take everybody out of here.
That's what's weird.
He's like, evacuate.
The two weirdest things. He doesn't have a team of like henchmen.
Yes, it
which
needs
he
to be
needs.
super criminals.
They've all got to be crooked.
And it would be great just to up the body count. Because again, that captain died. That's about it.
Killed by lamp, by the way.
Well, not even killed by lamp. thrusted into the water by Lamp, and then the most boring death of all, off-screen drowning.
Yeah, just sucked under the boat. Because he is awkwardly, like when he falls off the boat, he starts like swimming toward it. And I was like, no, dude, go the other way. Like, yes, you're going to be lost at sea, but the other option is getting sucked under the huge cruise ship and chopped to pieces. That's what happens to that guy.
But also show me that.
Oh, yeah. Well,
You know.
see, here's the thing. We're dealing with 1997 CGI turbine animation.
That's true.
It's tough. That's some tough aging.
Stick around, chum.
But so, like, yeah, he doesn't have a henchman, and then he's immediately, like, when he takes control of the situation, is like, all right, everybody, now get to safety. And I'm like, no, you're supposed to be the madman. Like, you have to start saying something about, like, I'll execute one person every whatever the fuck. Like, do anything to make him a villain.
And also, here's something. If I'm the parents of a girl with special needs, a deaf girl, and she's like, oh, I'm going to wander the boat, these people get on this life raft immediately. But like, it's amazing.
Do.
Like, you never leave your deaf or no nothing. It's just like your kid's away from you and that you have to evacuate the boat.
I don't know, dude. Insurance policy.
But they're like, oh, well, too bad for us. They're like, oh, she's probably in the other lifeboat. Let's just get in this one. I'm like, no.
And that's what kills me. Because, like, yeah, what a gross assumption that, like, well, it's a cruise ship. How far could she go? Well, she could fall overboard. Yep. She could be fucking kidnapped and put in some weirdo's cabin.
Sure.
Anything could happen to this person. They're like, oh, she's just mad at us because the dad, like, shit talked her outfit and said she looked like a clown.
Which is, good. Wow, great job, Dad.
Yeah, totally.
It's just a little girl wearing a dress.
She's got like a colorful tutu on, and he's like, I will not have this on this fancy cruise we're on.
Yeah, fancy cruise.
Well, I am trying to figure out the level of cruise quality here because, like, sometimes it looks pretty shitty, as in you've hired UB40 to be your fucking cruise band. But then on the other hand, we're all wearing tuxedos to dinner, and there's like a diamond show.
But this is like 97 or whatever. So like UB40, like the wave had crested, but there was still a little bit of after ripples. UB40.
I don't know, man. Those seas were almost calm. They were all but calm.
Red wine? Come on, guys.
Yep, all but calm.
See, now you hear that, they come and play that song, you're like, all right, this is a nice time. And then you're like, oh, wait, there's a whole other concert. They're not just...
yeah, they're not going to just do red wine all the time.
Yeah.
Also, it's a fucking 14-night cruise.
What, you think they're every night?
What? I mean, how many bands you got on there?
This is a hell cruise.
What about maybe David Johansen's on there doing Hot, Hot, Hot?
Oh yeah.
Now we're talking.
Poindexter
version,
now we're talking.
Mm-hmm. Then you
That's
just
really,
kill you. Then you maybe
really?
kill yourself.
Wait. Buster Poindexter is better than UB40?
Well, maybe he's going to do some New York Dolls tunes while he's there, too. He doesn't have to be Buster Poindexter the whole time.
I guess.
You know who's fucking themselves the whole time? UB40.
Well, where are those dolls, man? If he's there, I want the dolls there.
Just do solo show.
Mm-hmm.
Why
Maybe
not?
Color Me Bad
right,
shows up.
Are we... Here's the thing. Are we, like, helicoptering in other acts?
Well, they did in Under Siege, and it turned out to be terrorists.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That really blew up in their face.
Right. Who would buy Tommy Lee Jones as a rocker?
Yeah, that was pretty foolish of them to let him aboard. But that's a movie that's like terrorists on a boat, and I'm paying attention.
Absolutely.
And it's good. God, like you really get the ins and outs of the boat. I know. Hey, put down the tweet. I know it's a different kind of boat. But show me something of this boat. I honestly feel like I don't know anything.
You know what we are shown in this movie? The cruise director, played by the same actress who plays Lucy Moran from Twin Peaks.
Oh, right.
She's just there doing her like little high-pitched voice the whole time.
But here's something. So everybody's getting evacuated.
Yes.
And like Jason Patric's like, oh no, this is too easy or something.
Well, because Steve, it turns out he's like a master detective.
Uh-huh.
And you know what he's got? A whiff of something foul. Most foul.
And this is the only other time that people die in the movie is like people are the mother of the girl who's missing is like, oh, let me off the boat, let me off the life raft, and she shakes it, and like 4 people fall to their deaths.
Oh yeah,
and the dad's like, that's not your fault, honey. That's not your fault. I'm like, dude, that's your fault, honey. First of all, you shouldn't be in that boat. First of all,
there's some other like stipulation that Dafoe sets up where he's like, you have such and such amount of time to get these people. Like he stops the boat and he's like, you have such and such amount of time to get these people off the boat before I start it again. And the like Tamor Morrison, I think it is, has the line like, oh, we can't like be lowering these things when the boat is moving, and they dick around for so long that Dafoe starts the boat up again. And this shit,
you know what? You got 10 minutes for the bathroom. I'm starting the car.
Exactly. So it's like this boring action sequence where Jason Patric's like saving like this cruise photographer that we have to meet.
Dante, the cruise photographer.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
He definitely says something about like at the beginning of the movie, he takes their picture and he's like, and remember me, my name is Dante. And I'm like, yeah, remember me for later in the movie. Please, God, let me be in the movie more.
Well, Sandra Bullock's like, no, it's Dante. Like he's hanging off.
Well, I guess it worked. You're right.
This is the movie entering like a black hole. This like abyss. Like, kill Dante. Have something
because who
happen.
cares?
That old lady bites it.
In Titanic?
Sparkle motion.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, that's
Sorry,
that's the long game.
Yeah. You know what? The Titanic finally caught up to her, Steve.
No one gets away from the Titanic.
That's a creepy ending to that movie. You've always been here.
Right? Yeah.
It is kind of a you've always been here / like we've been waiting for you this whole time.
Like the Shining with the portrait.
Exactly.
She
Also,
went to hell, right? Like that's what
she
happened.
went straight to hell.
do you think they have to reenact the sinking of that ship for all eternity?
Yes, every night.
Definitely, yeah. And
Why are they all in hell? I mean, I can understand Kathy Bates and Billy Zane being there.
Well, Leonardo DiCaprio.
David Warner's in there. David Warner's ready to kill on that boat.
Yes. Now, Leonardo DiCaprio is in hell because he commits suicide in the end by letting go of the plane.
That's right.
Oh, you're right. That's a cardinal
Yeah.
sin.
Yeah.
Kind
She-
of a technicality.
And she goes to hell for letting him. So
Exactly,
it's a double whammy.
Oh, she goes to hell for throwing away precious jewels.
Also for premarital sex in that car. It was pretty steamy.
Oh, yeah. That's the steamiest window in all of cinema.
It looked great, but you paid for it.
So Billy Zane goes on a boat with his girlfriend. He's like, you know what? I better get this professional assassin to hold our bags. Like, what is David Warner's deal in that movie?
I don't know, but he's probably killing people with a piano wire on the mainland,
Well,
right?
he's just there to kill Irish, I think, is the idea. It's like, in case any of the Irish get a little rickety on the boat.
Any of them Irish Catholics, get them away from me,
Mm-hmm.
says Billy Zane in Titanic.
So there's a lot of back and forth. We're going all around the boat. I mean, like,
And it's all just boring.
apparently, the boat is going 20 knots an hour, which is just like, I don't know what.
I don't know boat speeds.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
50 miles an hour in a fucking bus. I got it.
Yep.
And I mean, like, the problem with a boat is it's so big you don't feel that speed.
You don't notice any of the kinetic energy. Yeah, you're right. Like
It's like, oh my god, the planet's spinning much faster now. Like, I don't know, man. Like, you got me.
yeah, it's just the fact that this is a sequel to Speed. Like, and
How are there no sharks?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. On the boat or just in general?
I'm just on vacation.
Oh, they got us down here with the Irish.
Let's dance.
I call this one a fin jig. I'm a dancing shark.
24-hour buffets ain't a casino. I'm in shark heaven.
Well, yeah. Or I was thinking like they circled the boat at one point. That's an adventure.
Well, the boat would have to be stopped for that,
Oh,
and then
right,
that's
right.
like definitely no speed.
Well, you get-
if you're at 0 knots, dude. As the movie lets me know
Yeah.
later, 0 knots is no speed.
But maybe like all these people get chomped up in the blades of the propeller, and then it's
chum trail.
Yeah, chum
Yeah.
trails.
Speed 2 chum
There's a
trails.
conspiracy about chum trails. And then all the sharks come, and then I guess you would have to stop the boat.
Well, I think that's like Deep Water 3 : Chum Trail.
Open water.
Oh, open water. Yeah. Open water 3 chum trails. That's what it could be. Like we like killed. Oh, that's what it is. It's the mafia, and they're out on a boat. And
Love
they
it.
fucking kill somebody, like big pussy, and they saw him up and start throwing him overboard.
Nice.
And then the sharks start following the chum trails. Then the boat breaks down. They somehow all fall in the water.
Right, and
Open water 3: chum trails.
You know what you got is a treatment.
That
I better go type this up. I'll be right back.
that is great. None of them know how to repair the boat because they're just Italian mobsters.
Absolutely.
And then, dude, sharks versus mafia. It's the biggest untapped market.
You're totally
There's
right.
a new shark movie coming out this summer, actually.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and it kind of looks cool.
Oh wait, where there was like that girl surfing, and it's like, I can't get out of here now.
It's what's her face from Green Lantern, I believe.
Oh, Blake Lively.
I think it's Blake Lively.
I think
yeah.
it is too, yeah.
She goes surfing and then like she gets stuck on a rock and there's like a shark fucking with her. And I gotta tell you, bravo to this trailer. You see a dude just being eaten alive in the trailer.
It was a good trailer. I actually thought it was an open water sequel.
I did too,
when I was
like, yeah.
watching it.
Well, you know what? Chum Trails coming next summer. Direct at Amazon streaming. But
if that movie does well, there'll definitely be Chum Trails. And honestly, if you're interested in making Chum Trails, weallhatemovies@gmail.com.
totally, we will get to work on this screenplay. You finance it.
Yeah.
Hey, we got yourself a direct-to-DVD movie.
I mean, Steve Sharip is down the block, literally right now. I think I saw him at the pizza place on the way up here, so like I
Yeah.
could grab him.
Yep. No,
He's in Chum Trails.
You know what? I was about to say my favorite part of this movie, but let's not get nuts, Andrew. So there's like all these rich people get stuck in a hallway or some such business, and it's like heating up. So they all start like taking off their clothes for some reason. You remember this?
Yeah.
So everybody's just getting naked,
You
and
hear
the
that, boys?
the fat guy from Friends is like pissed off that he's got to like take his shirt off or whatever. And he points to this like singer on the cruise and he's like, hey, why isn't she having to take her pants off or whatever? And she's like, because I'm not wearing any underwear, Harvey. And like the camera like sort of tilts down
yeah.
and this woman like pulls her dress up and like hisses at this man. I don't understand why this needs to be in Speed 2 cruise control.
Well, they're blocked in a hallway, and like poisonous gas is coming in. So they have
right,
to like
the gas.
Oh,
they're
is it
trying to
gas?
stuff up. Yeah.
I
It
mean,
was
at
like
that point, I'm
steam.
getting naked in public. If me taking my dress off is going to stop this poisonous gas,
Yeah.
What does clothing have to do with it?
Because they're stuffing up the vents. They're trying to block off all the vents.
But then I almost called her Chandy Bullock, but she is Chandy Bullock at this point because she has a chainsaw.
Yes.
She goes Leatherface on the door.
It's just so because the gag then, she cuts the hole in the door and she's like, do you think you guys can fit through? And like she's still running the saw in
Like,
this dude's face.
God damn it. Like, you don't even know how to do this?
Also, I don't need to be, forced into laughter
Yep.
in Speed 2 cruise control.
You laughing yet?
So towards like the middle-ish end of this movie is
all fucking 2 hours and 5 minutes.
the boat is now finally getting close to a oil tanker, right? It's about to hit an oil tanker, and like Jason Patric's like, we should probably stop it, and like everyone's like, yeah, you're probably right, Jason Patric.
And eventually he gets in pursuit of Willem Dafoe, who apparently now has like this power glove that he can hack the doors and shit.
Dude, this is so fucking stupid.
It is a power glove.
And when did this cruise ship get Star Trek doors?
Yeah, it's
It's
bunch
like,
of
beep boop bop, and it just like hisses closed, and I'm just like, wait, what? No, like no fucking power doors in this movie, please.
It's ridiculous.
And he's like laughing at Defoe, or he's laughing at Jason Patric. Jason Patric's got a shotgun on this guy. You know what? This dude's like taking over the cruise ship.
Just
How
do
about
it.
some buckshot to those feet?
Just do it. He
Yep.
doesn't do it, and then it's just like you get that witch laugh, right? And the
Yeah.
door closes, and that's Jason Patric's one weakness, apparently. Just shotgun the fucking door.
Yeah, you're totally right. Keep going after him. You have that shotgun.
And he's later thwarted by doors too. When we have the grenade sequence.
yes.
Oh, right. Willem Dafoe like locks him in like a dance club or
It's
something.
like he locked him in a chamber of doors, and you'll never get out of there because they're doors.
And I locked all the doors with grenades. I had my leeches do it. Go get him, boys.
See, that's another reason why it's so obnoxious that he doesn't have a team of henchmen, because
Yeah,
he has to do everything.
And when did he do this?
He's like, the whole movie is Willem Dafoe running around with a backpack, laughing.
Well, because he also, by the way, in the gala scene, the cruise director's like, "Who wants to see $17.5 million worth of jewels that are on this boat?" Wait, why? We've got UB40 and an excessive amount of jewels.
Yeah, it's a diamond fashion show, and I don't get it. They didn't have this on the Big Red Boat. I mean, it's the only cruise I went on, but I didn't see any diamond jewelry show, man.
And that's what Willem Dafoe puts in this enormous backpack.
It's a real, like, hefty-duty LL Bean. You could fucking hike Everest in this thing.
What I was getting at is when Temuera Morrison breaks one of his arms, because he winds up breaking both of his arms in this movie, which is kind of funny.
With the line, "I think I broke me other arm." Slow clap for this screenplay.
Oh,
I mean, like,
God.
the ending of this movie-ish, right, is, I mean, like, the boat's going towards the thing.
They're trying to slow it down.
They're trying to slow it.
by like wrapping stuff around the propeller.
Yeah.
Sure, that's a scene with a whole bunch of outdated computer animation.
And again, like, Willem Dafoe has the jewels. He's disgraced this boat enough. Yet he's like, oh no, he's gonna not crash the boat. That's gonna ruin my plan. And it's like, what? Just get on and he knows where the escape boat is, right? Like, it's a little jet ski thing that he's gonna get on eventually. Just get on it now and just be done with it.
But he keeps like getting these notifications, like, oh no.
Oh, now this happened. Now they're making progress here, and they're doing this, and even
Well,
like,
how do you get through that door?
who cares?
Oh no, my leeches.
Gotta go back for the boys. No.
Oh, I gotta catalog this erection.
one of the funny scenes was when Jason Patric finally gets to Defoe's cabin and opens it up, and it's just this tub of leeches floating around. And they just show us a tub of leeches. It was the one legitimate laugh.
I would have loved it though if we had to go back for the boys and the composition notebook he's been using as his boner catalog since late '87.
Right, it's got like a Zeppelin sticker on it.
Oh, well, no, I'm thinking. I mean, like, literally, you got to think about it. This would be like, Kevin Spacey's Notebooks in 7. There's thousands of them somewhere.
Oh, right, yeah.
I got an erection on the bus today. That's it.
How is it also not a thing where like Willem Dafoe was like friends with Dennis Hopper?
Sure, or something.
Why not?
Because I guess like since Keanu isn't
he was
reprising
my
his role.
father.
You killed my dad!
Yeah.
I mean, sure. The problem is he would go after Keanu.
Yeah.
Keanu's the one that killed
That's true.
Dennis Hopper in that movie.
Yeah.
And Sandy was just driving the bus.
So Sandy gets kidnapped, right? Because like he's like, oh,
Sure.
well, I know Jason Patric, whose name is Alex, by the way, which is not a very like it's not Jack. It's not like
It's not a commanding. It's basically one of the most boring names you can have. Outside of Eric. So I'm not. I'm just worried about Alex is listening now.
Yeah, that's fine. You should be concerned for all of them.
But he's like, oh, Alex likes you, lady. That's why I'm going to keep you for extra insurance. And it's like, what are you just get on that fucking boat and leave.
Like kidnapping
Leave
her
this movie.
guarantees that like Jason Patric is going to go after him.
Yeah. Like
he
nobody
doesn't-
cares about these jewels. Nobody even knows about them.
You barely care about these jewels, Willem Dafoe. It's a total like, oh, diamonds, huh? Okay. Sure, I got room in this huge backpack for some diamonds. Like that's the thing, like the great turn about Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yep.
You think that Jeremy Irons is fucking with Bruce Willis to get revenge for his brother for dropping him off of Nakatomi, right? And then like that's just a thing to, the cover for like stealing the gold.
Yes.
That's cool. Like if this
Somebody had fun.
Holy Toledo. Better movie.
Oh, well,
Die Hard with a Vengeance. Better movie. But like the boat, there needs to be a line about like the captain says to like Tamar Morrison, like, by the way, on this outing, we're also carrying $1 billion or anything.
Sure.
Because I got fucking fired from the cruise ship company and they didn't pay for my leech insurance. Like, not a reason to be a villain in an action movie.
No.
Getting fired is not a reason to be a villain in an action
that's
movie.
the Alex of motivation.
That's fucking Michael Douglas in Falling Down.
So Alex, Sandy goes one way. Alex is going another way, which is into St. Thomas or St. Martin.
St. Martin.
Yeah.
And this is the most expensive stunt in the movie, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, cool.
The boat just kind of goes into St. Martin's, and it takes forever. There's like 12 different running gags of people like...
Oh, my God, these gags.
These people deserve to die.
There was a guy like...
Every last one of them.
You could tell the day's been going on a while already. There's people mulling around the boardwalks and whatnot. This dude walks up to his store window. He's like, it's open. Oh, is that a boat coming through town? Closed.
Dude,
and
all
then
those
runs
gags.
away.
There's the gag with the woman on the payphone who's like not even acting. Like, she doesn't physically say anything. It's all ADR. And she's just like, I need you to get down. Whoa! And it's like, dude, you would see and hear this boat from yards out.
And then there's like some woman being shown an apartment, and this is when we get our classic, which is our favorite gag in all movies, is, Mommy, there's just something outside.
Oh, sure.
Oh, Jeremy, shut up.
A Godzilla, a cruise ship, whatever you want to throw at this kid.
And again, like, to your point, Andrew, like, they're just showing an apartment. You hear a fucking boat crash into St. Thomas or St. Martin's, everything's stopping.
And it's so stupid that it's the same gag like 12 times.
And even before that, there's people like just swimming in the bay, and they're like, "Oh no, it's the boat!" Like, run. You know what? Just get out of the way.
This boat didn't just randomly turn off a cloaking device.
It's not a Klingon sea boat.
It also, 15 minutes prior to hitting ground, smashed into an oil tanker and like rubbed up against it. Everyone would hear that. It's not that far away. How no one thought of any of this.
And also, wouldn't it like scrape the ocean or sea floor a little bit or whatever leading up to?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh, most
that
definitely.
would stop it first. Yeah.
Yeah, or at least slow it down a little bit.
At least slow it down. And you've got like, this is, like the boat's coming in, and this is the way you realize like it's slowing down. You see like the little knot-ometer, and the Scottish guy's reading it, and he's like, 15 knots, and he's like, shaking and everything.
She can't handle this pressure, Captain.
I know.
But it's also like he's doing it for no one's benefit. Like, no one else in the room is like, 12 knots, 4 knots. And it's like, who are you talking to?
3 knots.
Oh, okay. Like,
He's shaking, man. It's crazy. Also,
this is when Morrison breaks his other arm.
I think I broke me other arm.
A good thing I got a clone. I got a bunch of little organ donors. Isn't that right, Boba? My little organ farm.
Limb donors.
Also included in this, a fat guy carrying groceries
Perfect.
who the anchor like falls onto his convertible, and he has the line, "My car." A dog who should be dead but somehow gets out alive, and the biggest who was asking for this of this movie is a reprisal of the guy from the first movie with the sports car.
Good Lord.
Is down here, and he's got this boat, and he's like entertaining a lady, and like it's like, hey, remember how much you like this guy in Speed 1? Well, he's back, but also had no interaction with Sandra Bullock in the first movie, so it can't even be a not you again.
It should be Alan Ruck.
Yes. Why not? He was probably available.
Alan Ruck's always available.
But this guy, like, I'm supposed to be like hooting and hollering in the theater because expensive car guy from the first movie is back and becomes an integral part of the end of the film because he's helping Jason Patric out. Jason Patric steals his sports boat.
And he's like, oh, no, you got to give me a receipt for that because that didn't work out well last time. And everyone's like, yep, great.
Oh, my God, dude.
And like
It's
Sandra
so
Bullock is like
stupid.
smacking Willem Dafoe around. Willem Dafoe smacking Sandra Bullock around.
Oh, it's a real slap fight.
And it's like, dude, let this woman go.
Just throw her off and speed away.
Yeah, you've got your jewel. He gets on and then he gets on an airplane, and she's still smacking him, and he's like, "Well, you better come with me."
Like, you need some kind of line of dialogue.
Well, he's giving a bunch of one-liners like, "Are you enjoying your vacation so far?" And it's like, what are you talking about?
How do you like it on the high seas, Spider-Man?
So on this plane, then they start doing their Death Star run, and Han Solo comes out of nowhere in a speedboat. God damn, fuck this movie, dude. It is so long. Kid. It is so long, and there's so like, what are we? We don't need this.
No, we don't need it. So, long story short, Jason Patric is able to get onto the plane. It's like one of those seaplanes, and he just punches Willem Dafoe in the face one time, and like one of the float prop things for this plane falls off, and they land back in the water, and Dafoe takes off. And then just crashes into this
It's a pretty good crash.
It's a cool crash, but it's like the heroes of the film have nothing to do with the villain's demise.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
first movie is Keanu Reeves fucking props him up, decapitated, I'm taller, awesome one-liner, pretty cool. This movie, they're watching him from afar crash the plane.
Because everyone's nice guys, including the villain, who's like, "Oh, everyone get out. Have a nice vacation. I'm sorry."
I apologize for doing this. I got fired for getting blood cancer.
Yeah, take a leech on your way out.
Here's a diamond. I don't need all these diamonds. I'm not gonna live.
Give the boys a good home, huh? Buy them something nice with all these diamonds I'm giving you.
I leave $17.4 million to my leeches.
The lawyer can't figure it out. He's like, who are the boys?
Oh my God! So what? He's stuck on this oil tanker.
Yeah, he crashes the plane into some sort of big antenna thing.
Right, and then for some reason that just blows everything.
You sort of see gas dripping. He's laughing his balls off, and then he blows up. And Jason Patric can barely be bothered to look up at it.
He really can't.
And then it's just we're back on this dude's boat, and my God, does he finally pop the question?
Oh.
And I'm cheering in the theater.
No, the line that I love is he goes, you should do the vacation plans from now on.
Oh man, that's a joke in a fucking John Candy movie is what that is. And then it just as if it's a bad episode of Magnum PI, the credits are just directed by Jan de Bont. It's wow, this is all just really terrible.
Am I the only one that got the stinger scene?
No, with Tim Conway, I got it.
Oh, where he's got the Infinity Stones?
Yeah. No, it's annoying because it's she's back taking this driver's test again.
But also, I should have mentioned this earlier, but why is she presented as such a terrible driver? She was driving a fucking bus.
A great driver in the first movie.
It would be great if she had a line I can only handle buses. I can't get used to this pedestrian transportation.
Oh, no, she keeps running into baby carriages. I thought it was just cans.
Oh, God, Jack told me it was just cans. I thought cans went in those.
I've killed 15 kids in Los Angeles. I'm sorry, Alex. I'm going to jail.
Well, also, that brings up a thought. This vacation wouldn't even happen because after this wild goose chase that she puts the police on at the beginning of this movie,
she's going to jail
and then destroys police property. I don't care that you're sleeping with someone on the Suicide Squad, man. You're going to jail. Are you kidding me?
You're certainly not leaving the country.
No, absolutely not. I've seen 1,000 episodes of Law and Order.
You're not getting your license.
Also, Tim Conway has a line at the beginning, you're never going to drive in this state or whatever. And it's here we are, and I'm just fucking chuckling while I'm putting my jacket on in the theater.
Oh, I bet there was some line in the first movie about, that's why I take the bus.
Yeah.
I can't drive, but...
Maybe, yeah.
She learns how in that, and she shouldn't be terrible.
Well, did you get the gag, though, at the end? So it's Tim Conway's oh, here we go again. And she's trying to pull out into the traffic. She's taking a left out of this parking lot.
Yeah.
And she's waving at cars to stop or whatever. and then it cuts to black, and you totally hear a car accident happen.
Oh, really? Are they dead at the end of this movie?
They're dead.
I don't know, dude. That's the thing. I guess save it for the sequel that never happened.
Or was this scene actually from the start of the movie, and
Oh, wow.
they've been dead the whole time?
Now that's a fan theory I can get behind.
Yeah, I think so.
It's just the last thing you hear before like bad fart rock comes on is like a car accident
it's
sound.
just all her subconscious firing like, oh, will Alex ever marry me? And then that's also why you get random shit that makes no sense, like leeches.
like leeches and chainsaws on cruise ships.
Right.
Step
and, like,
by step.
Bits of an old bits of an old movie you saw once.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
Lolita.
totally.
Yeah, no, they've been dead the whole time.
That whole like, I mean, the craziest thing about this movie is seriously when she gets kidnapped, her and Willem Dafoe are out of this movie for like a solid 25 minutes.
Yep.
And it's just Jason Patric manually trying to steer the boat. Like
Yeah,
they do the
with-
whole
yeah.
side swipe of the oil tanker.
With Django Fett like watching.
Well, he broke his arm and he broke his other arm.
God, what a useless piece of shit.
It's so fucking terrible. I mean, that's the movie. Would anybody recommend it?
Not at all. I would recommend a superior film called The Uninvited from 1988. It's a cruise movie wherein a cat, a genetically engineered cat with a rat in its mouth that like kills people, takes over George Kennedy's cruise. It's kind of worse than what I'm saying, but kind of great.
I need to watch that.
It's a great movie. Yeah, it's this. I don't understand how this thing kills people,
Yeah.
but it does.
It's probably something to do with that rat in its mouth.
It does.
Well, I would not recommend this movie either, and I will recommend a better movie as well.
Oh, good.
This one's called Speed.
Yeah. If you haven't seen this for the first Speed, classic action movie, man.
Nice 90s thing. We're on cell phones in that movie. Not a lot of cell phone banter back and forth.
No, enough though.
Yeah, no. No, I mean in this movie.
Oh, yeah. No, there's none.
Yeah.
I would not recommend this movie. I would recommend Ghost Ship.
Really?
Compare
Sorry.
over Speed to Cruise Control, sure. The Poseidon remake, I'd recommend that over this movie.
Yeah, I'd recommend basically anything over this movie.
You know what I'd recommend over this movie? Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan.
I was kind of wishing I was watching. That movie's a cool 90-something minutes.
Sure.
And honestly, Jason Patric, Jason Voorhees, you know the winner.
That's Speed 2 Cruise Control, directed by Jan de Bon. For more WHM, check out WHMPodcast.com or find us over at SideshowNetwork.tv. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. We are at WHM Podcast. Right into the mailbag. We all hate movies at gmail.com. Rate and review the show wherever you get it. We would greatly appreciate your time doing that. Now, next week's episode, the Summer Blockbuster Extravaganza rolls on.
With Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
That's a lot of fun.
Little
folks.
counter programming, getting you a little
Yeah.
something different, you
Little
know?
family teen comedy.
And honestly, that was a summertime classic in my house.
It
Oh,
might be
yeah.
We Love Movies.
It just might be.
Just might be.
We owned this on VHS in the Jupin household.
Of course you did.
Yeah, I think it might have been a taped off HBO situation.
Yeah.
Don't know that we paid for it outright. So until next week with Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Eric Siska.
Take it easy.